Hi everyone, my name is Miss Norris and I am so excited to be your English teacher this year. I can't wait for everything that we're going to learn together this year. Today we're starting with something really fun and really important. Figurative language. Figurative language is all around us on a daily basis. It's in our books, it's in our movies, and it's even in our music, and quite frankly, even in our everyday conversations, So let's go ahead and get ready to dive into the world of figurative language. So what is figurative language? Figurative language refers to the use of words or expressions that deviate from their literal meaning to create a particular effect or convey a vivid image or idea in the reader's head. It basically enhances the reader's experience and engages in their imagination. For example, we have a basic sentence, his voice is loud. To spice it up, we can say his voice was a thunderous roar during an argument. This gives the reader a visual of how this person is acting. It acts a little razzle-dazzle. There are 3 reasons why we use figurative language. For one, it helps create a vivid imagery in the reader's head, like we just discussed. The stars scattered across the night canvas. You see, it's very descriptive. It kind of put an image in your head. It also gives depth to descriptions, like among the blossoming garden, busy bees dance among the flowers. You can easily visualize it. And also, it helps to invoke emotions as well. Today, we'll be talking about 6 different types of figurative language. Simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, alliteration, and idioms. You've probably heard of some of these before, but today we're going to go a little bit into depth into exactly what they are. You ready? Let's start off with the simile. Simile is comparing 2 things using the words like, as, or than. For example, the girl swam through the water like a sleek dolphin, gracefully diving beneath the waves. Here we're comparing the girl to a dolphin as she's swimming gracefully. See, kind of adds a little razzle-dazzle. That's what similes do. The key word is like. Similes always use like or as, so you have to watch out for those. Next, we have a metaphor. I like to think of metaphors as like the cousins to similes. Metaphors are an expression that describes a person or object directly. Unlike similes, they don't use like, as, or than. So, for example, the friends were vibrant sunflowers soaking up the golden rays of sunshine. So there's still a comparison there, but we don't have those key words like, as, or than. Make sure to keep that in mind. Next, we have good old personification. Personification gives human-like qualities to non-human objects. So, for example, we have the tall common beech tree stretch its slender arms towards the sky. Now, we all know that trees don't have arms. So this is what personification does. It gives human-like qualities to things that aren't human. Or like we can say, the leaves dance in the wind. Leaves don't have legs to dance. So that's personification. Next, we have good old hyperbole, which is something that we use on a regular basis. Hyperboles are an exaggerated saying beyond belief to make a point, adding a comical aspect and excitement to writing. A good one that we all use is, oh, I'm so hungry I can eat a cow. Or even like the new TikTok trend, I'm so hungry I can eat a dog. The example that's used here is the night sky was filled with so many stars it looked like 1,000,000 sparkling diamonds in the sky. It's almost humanly impossible to count 1,000,000 stars in the sky, so we see the exaggeration. Next, we have alliteration. Okay, so with alliteration, the same letter or sound occurs at the beginning of the words, adding a musical quality to the phrase or the sentence. So in this example, we have the busy bees buzz busily among the blooming blossoms. Say that fast a couple times, that's a good tongue twister. But we see that constant B being repeated, right? Gives it kind of like a good little rhyme. So that's alliteration. They're easy to spot as well. Last but not least, we have our good old idioms, which are kind of like puns to me. But basically, an idiom is a saying that is different than the meaning of what it actually says. So the example we have here is shoot for the stars. Kind of impossible, but you kind of get the point, like just aim high. Another one we use is break a leg. You literally don't want anyone to break a leg. I will hope not. But that's another idiom that we use. As you see, we use figurative language all the time. So, in summary, we now know that figurative language is language that refers to the use of words or expressions that deviate from their literal meaning to create a particular effect or convey a vivid image or idea. We've also gone over the 6 different types of figurative language. The first one being a simile. A simile compares 2 things using the words like, as, or then. Then, of course, we have our metaphors, which is an expression that describes a person or object directly. Remember, this is kind of like the cousin to the simile. It compares as well, but they don't have those key words like, as, or then. Next, we have personification, which gives human-like qualities to a non-human item. And like the example that we gave, leaves cannot dance in the wind, okay? The leaves dance in the wind. That's giving human-like qualities to a non-human item or thing. Next, we have hyperbole, which is basically an exaggerated saying to make a point, right? Next, we have alliteration, which is the same letter or sound occurring at the beginning of words to give it kind of like a rhyme or a rhythm to add some zhuzh to it, right? And lastly, we have idioms, which is a saying that has a different meaning than what it literally says. Again, when someone says, hey, break a leg, they don't literally mean that. So, do you think you have what it takes? Now it's time to put your knowledge to the test. It's time for the practice round. For our first activity, we have the give it a try. Right here, we're going to identify the figure of speech used in each sentence by matching the labels below. We have personification, metaphor, and similes. 2 of each. We're going to give you a little bit of time so you can identify which goes with which category. Remember, time is ticking. Time's up, class. Here are your answers. So for the first one, we have personification. The second one, we have a metaphor. After that, we have personification. Then we have 2 similes in a row and then a metaphor. So, how do you really think you did? Did you mess up? Or did you actually know your stuff? Anywho, time for the next activity. Up next, we have our idiomatic expressions and their meaning games, kind of like a matching game. Here we have the phrases on top, which are blue, which are your idiomatic expressions. Their meanings are found at the bottom. The point of this game is to match the blue, which is the idiomatic expression, with the pink to try to see what they actually mean. I'll give you a little bit of time. Also, you can pause if you need to. Time is up again, guys. So, how did you do? First up, we have break a leg, which means good luck. Cost an arm and a leg definitely means very expensive. We have hold your horses, which means slow down. This is a piece of cake, which means it was very easy. Next, we have let the cat out of the bag, which means to basically spill your tea, baby. You let out that secret. And last, we have cry over spilled milk, which means we're regretting something. And now it's time for our last game, our comical hyperbole. Here, it's kind of like a unique game, kind of, sort of. You would choose a family member or friend to describe positively. You're going to share our hyperbole about them using the format below. Again, I give you a little bit of time so you can kind of decide what do you want to put in these spaces. But you can always pause the YouTube video if you need to. It's that time again, y'all. Time is up. So now I'm going to share my example with you guys. And I chose my good homegirl, Adam. It's kind of weird, right? She has a boy name. Anyways, I digress. So, for my example, I said my friend Adam is so talented at playing basketball. It's like she has eyes in the back of her head and a basketball hoop for her heart. What did you guys get? Make sure you comment your responses below. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Figurative language is such an important tool because it helps writers connect with their readers. It paints pictures, sets the mood, and even brings stories to life. This year, we're practice spotting and using figurative language in everything we do, from short stories to poetries to different types of analysis and even essays. So make sure to keep your eyes and ears open, because once you start noticing, you'll see that figurative language is pretty much everywhere. So, just to wrap it up, thank you for watching. Again, I'm Miss Norris, and I can't wait to learn more with you during this academic school year. Bye, guys.